Hello, well, welcome to Writing the Market. We're here doing a quick summary of the trades for the day. And I've forgotten to log on to Bullonox. Let's hide the sim account. I don't really like that being there, but it just keeps turning up. If anyone does watch this and knows how to turn that off, please let me know. I don't want the sim account there. I don't know why it's always showing up. But yeah, anyway, let's get on to the trades. So my first trade of the day in London session, it was a trade that I really liked, even though I didn't like it while I was in it. It was a really good move that I was happy to take. So we'd essentially pushed down and formed these two bearish fair value gaps. I'm just going to draw this one because it's the most relevant one. So a little bit before my session opened, we came back, mitigated the wick of this higher bearish FEG and rejected down. We formed a nice little candle. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I would prefer to close a bit lower, but it was a down closing candle and had a nice top wick with a mitigation of this wick there. So when prices opened up, it pushed up, and I entered here with my stop at 100 ticks, covering this fair value gap. It took a long time for this trade to finally play out, but eventually it did break down in the end. So we saw this level break through, close below it, and then used it as resistance and then push through. It was a fairly... So if I were a longer term trader, so maybe I was looking for 3R or something, 2R or 3R, this would be a very good trade to take, in my opinion. So we had this nice top there where we rejected 3 times, broke through this uptrend there, and then used it as rejection, used it as resistance, and pushed down. So at that point, you can be pretty sure that we're going down, but also because of the length of time that we spent consolidating in this region, you can probably be sure of a fairly big move. And in my opinion, a good target for this trade would have been these equal lows liquidity there. We did push through this bullish FVG, but we then reversed from around that region. But yeah, that would have been a really nice level. Even this level, if you want to get out a bit earlier and don't want to wait for the lows, for these equal lows, that would have been a good trade as well if you look for bigger moves. So my second trade of the day, this one was fairly annoying, but it's just one of those things that happens sometimes. So if I draw the FVG that I was working with, so essentially we inverted this bearish fair value gap with the first candle of the session here. So I entered with a pullback to this level, looking for price to reach this high here. I was expecting price to reach at least this level, perhaps this point here as well could be a target. But yeah, so I entered, stop at this low, and my take profit was almost exactly at these highs. It was a 1-to-1. The price came all the way up, nearly tapped me out for my take profit, and then just reversed on me for a full loss. So that was a really frustrating trade for me. I was pretty certain that it wasn't going to go in my favor when I was looking at it during my live stream. I was looking at the 1 minute chart in that time just because I wanted to see what was happening on a more granular level, and I was pretty certain that this trade was not going to work out after I saw the formation of that rejection here. It was pretty much it looked like a double. It looked like a head and shoulders pattern in this sort of area on the small time frame. So at that point, I was pretty certain that I wasn't going to get my profits, but I just held because those are my rules. And yeah, eventually was stopped out at these lows for a full loss, which is kind of frustrating. At that time, I was sitting around break even with a small loss. But yeah, when I came to this session as well, this session didn't really go very well at all. I made profits, but just explaining it, I'll let you know why I don't think it went well. So essentially, I missed my first move. This should have been an entry long here. Essentially came down, double bottom there, should have entered there. I did eventually want to get in, but at that point, price was already sitting at this level and it didn't tap me in, and it just went without me. So I was a bit tilted at missing my move at that point, and so I took a sell here at this level. This isn't really a part of my strategy. Actually, when I say not really, it's not at all part of my strategy. It wasn't a completely no analysis move. It's essentially a trade that I would have taken using my old strategy, but it's not part of my current strategy, and I don't want it to become part of my strategy. And the fact that I won with this trade is probably a bad thing, because if you're going to deviate from strategy, you should really just have losses, and it just gives you a good lesson to not deviate. When you win, sometimes it makes you confident in yourself, in your ability to read the market or whatever. Whereas you should just be following your strategy. The reason I want to follow my strategy is because it adds a bit of consistency in my trading. I know exactly what I get with that strategy. It's around a 90% win rate. It's with a 1-to-1 risk to reward. When I trade it, it's probably close to 75%, 70%, which is still profitable, and that's fine. I'm completely fine with not matching every element of my strategy, but I should be trying to follow it as closely as possible because it adds consistency to my trading, and it stops me from making stupid mistakes like this one, which usually don't work. That's something to note. When you make mistakes like this, usually they don't end up working. So I was fortunate to get a win with this, but unfortunate that it actually ended up working, and I can think that deviating from my strategy is something that can be profitable. It isn't. My strategy is the best way to get consistency in my trading and profitability, I think. But yeah, that happened. I was a bit tilted for missing my move. Sometimes these things happen. You just have to move on. Try to make sure it doesn't happen again. Do a bit of journaling. Do a little processing of the events, and then just move on. Forgive yourself and move on, I guess. After today, I'm up $162, so fairly flat day, nothing major, but I'm now up $1,400 on my account after 3 traded days now. So that's nice. It's a good amount of profits for 3 days. Trading 5 micros with this, so I expect fairly decent profits. But it's sort of like the top limit of what I'd be willing to trade with a 50k account. 5 micros is with a 100 tick stop is quite a lot of risk, but it's not. It's with my strategy and its win rate. It's workable, So, and also because I'm also doing this because I want to start following the 10-day sort of prop firm payout cycle. I want that to be my aim overall when I trade, because obviously I'm using prop firms. So when I trade, I want to be every 10 days. I want to be making the profits I needed to get a payout. So this looks like it could work. Maybe it's a little bit better, and maybe I could lower the risk a little bit to still get those profits. That will take a bit of time to get that data. It will depend on my win rate. It will depend on how I run my strategy, but it looks good right now. But obviously, I've had 3 winning days, so maybe with a loss day, then it will average itself out. But yeah, for now, I'm fairly happy with it. Obviously, this is an eval, so I want to pass it in at least in this month, in the 22 days I have. before the next pay period for this eval. That's what I want. But we'll see how it goes. It's going well for now, and I just need to fine tune a few things. But I say it's going well. But yeah, that's all from me today. I'll be back tomorrow as per usual, live streaming in London, and then yeah, if you don't watch my live streams, then you can watch my summary videos like this. This one's a fairly long one because I guess quite a bit happened with this trade, and yeah, just chatting through a few things. But they're not normally quite short. But yeah, if you do watch this, like, share, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. If you can, if you want to, that would be great. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.